Hello, everyone. This is Kristina, business and digital marketing coach. And as you can see, I have a new brand now. It's KSM Podcast. It was from Entrepreneur Day, but today it's new brand KSM Podcast, Growing Online Business with Kristina, which I'm so proud that we've done that I have done that. But today I have my special guest. Cortney Garrison. Cortney is from USA. Cortney, welcome to the KSM podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Christine. I am so excited to get started with you.
Oh, yes, that's nice. And for all your listeners who will listen, you can put a comment below this podcast, and I will put all information about Cortney, her business, her social media pages, and everything. So, Cortney, I'm super excited having you today, and I'm super proud of. And I know that I met you in one Facebook group, growing business on by growing your
Public speaking business.
yes, growing speaking business. Thank
But
you.
it just recently changed to breakthrough public speaking.
Oh, yeah. And Cortney, let us know a little bit about you, who you are and what you do, where are you based? I said it that you're
Absolutely.
before, but yeah.
Yes. So I'm in the USA, based out of Dallas, Texas. And so everyone, hey, my name is Cortney Garrison. I'm an owner of the Magical Project Solutions. I am an online business manager and scalability strategist who supports online coaches and online service providers to scale to 6+ figures without the drama using my surefire success method. And basically, I help business owners take out the overwhelm and scale by creating a brand signature offer that they're very confident about, as well as a content strategy that converts, and obviously the systems and automations to consistently tie it all together to save them time.
And Courtney, how did you start your journey? How did you start your story to be online business manager? I mean, and scalable strategist.
So that was whenever I became pregnant with my second son. Back in 2019, I was still working as a billing supervisor at a multi-million-dollar doctor's office. And I was thinking to myself, like, what can I do from home so I can stay home and be with my kids? And I had my friend Stacy there, and we were brainstorming ideas in our cubicle. And it was just really a new endeavor, right? Just a pioneer in my life. Like, how can I create this dream that I had? And so my first business was actually copywriting, because she was like, hey, you're really great at writing. You're really persuasive with your writing. You should do that. And I was just like, okay, I can write. I can do this. All right. So that was my first business. And then as I was doing that and working with clients, with one client, I actually worked with a lady multiple times. And so she's like, Cortney, like, you're always on time with turning things in, like turning in projects, and really good at like project management. She goes, can you do that for my business? And Kristina, I was like, what? I was like, what? You want me to make systems in your businesses? She goes, yes. And here's the thing, like, I love creating the systems because it helped. Like, when I'm stressed, I create systems. When I'm relaxed, I create systems. Like, I just love the processes and workflows, simplifying life, being efficient. And so whenever she said that, I was like, okay. And that's how Magical Project Solutions got started. Whenever I was building out the systems in her business, she kept saying it was so magical. She was so excited because it was just a relief. It took all the stress off of her because she finally had the systems to where she could be consistent and where she could show up, and it just took out the decision fatigue for her to have everything all lined out perfectly for her. And so that's how Magical Project Solutions got started.
Oh, that's nice. And how and did you work in corporate America?
For a little bit, yeah. For a little bit, yeah. Usually, like, whenever I work in those businesses, I usually go from either a new employee to team lead to trainer, like, really fast. The soonest was like 3 weeks after I started at one job.
And when did you start your business story? How did you feel that?
How did I feel at that?
in that time. And why do why I'm asking you? Because as I started my KSM podcast, the point is to encourage other women, men, entrepreneurs, to start their own journey. And because of that, I loved for our listeners who will listen to this podcast to hear your story and how did you start, just to encourage them and support them in terms when you share your story, and when people listen, that maybe some of them will be influenced and start their journey. Just don't be shy and you have courage to move forward.
Absolutely. So I am a single mom of 2 boys. So if I can do it, you can do it. And that's what the brand signature offer of the Surefire Success Method is all about, is taking that one skill that you are super good at, like really, really good at. You don't have to think about it. It comes naturally to you. You know you can deliver high end quality with that one specific skill. And there's always somebody out there who wants that one skill. You just have to market yourself perfectly.
And that's really nice. And also, in what are your challenges in your business when you started?
Challenges? When I started my business, it's just like not, because I'm a first generation entrepreneur. So I learned all of this the hard way. The hardest way. That's why I say scaling without the drama, because y'all, I created all the drama in my business for you. I figured out the kinks. That way y'all don't have to. But like honestly, it's the mindset blocks that you don't realize you have around just leveling up, or it's just like for me, it's overthinking, overanalyzing that next step. Because what are the variables? What can you think about? And here's my advice for that. Instead of overthinking, decide and take action. And whenever you take that action, you learn what works and what doesn't work. And what doesn't work, you just shift it.
I agree with you 100%, because there are people when they start, and the point is to simplify things, because we are always overwhelmed with many things. This is so similar with me when I got off corporate job 12 years ago, because that corporate, it was industry newspaper house, and I was a marketing manager there, and shutting down in that way, in that time. And I realized that I wanted to start as a freelancer, and this is the way how I run my team for the web graphic design and digital marketing consulting 12 years. And I have no way, I didn't know that I'm going to do a podcast like today. This is everything from my experience with my clients. We build trust, we just trustworthy, and we help each other and support each other. And this is the way when you have just to have a mindset about just start, because there are people who say I started but I don't know where to go because we're very new. And the point is, and the beauty of that, to be online entrepreneur, online business manager, online coach, business coach, whoever may be, it's so important when you feel your energy in that way that you can move forward and you can work with people who do want to work.
Absolutely, yes. And that's the other thing is, like, a lot of entrepreneurs, they start off and they want to lone wolf it, right? They want to be alone and do it. But the fastest way to get out there and get noticed is go connect. Go out there and talk to people, right? Like Kristina, like meeting you in that group, I was a godsend. Like I was so grateful that you reached out, because yet again, those connections is what really supports you, really gets you out there and visible, so people know you.
Yeah, and this is and everything what I do is organically, and I really nurture my social media friends. Is it on LinkedIn? Is it on Facebook? I use Instagram, but not too much. There are many of them on I just don't promote all these platforms, but you cannot work, to be honest, and don't have time to work on many platforms. You have to choose who is your target audience and work there. And also, and what is the beauty of connection, as I said, and you said, hey, how we can collaborate, what we can do. And we start our discovery session, and also you said, and they said, oh, okay, I think that And it was, and now I wanted to say to our listeners that it was, hey, I do my podcast. I host my podcast, KSM Podcast, Growing Online Business, with Kristina. And would you like to join? Would you like to be my guest speaker? Yeah. And you said, okay. But for me, it's going to be for the first time, which is so beautiful. And I'm super excited that you are for the first time on some podcast and you are my guest, which is so incredible for me.
I know. I'm actually grateful that it's you though, because like we've always like had a very nice, easy conversation. Like it's so nice to talk to. You're so easy to talk to. So I'm actually very grateful that you invited me on your podcast for the first time, because it's like I'm talking to an old friend.
And the point of podcast is that people feel relaxed and that they can talk and share their story. This is like a simple conversation which has value about it to share your story. And this is really amazing. You know, I love that. I love smiles of my guest speakers. So that's and every single podcast is new for me. New guest speaker, new energy, you know.
Right. Absolutely.
And there are times that I think that I do every next podcast looks like that is for first podcast for me, but depends on person in front of me. But when I know about this person, I can relax, ask question in a relaxed way, you know, just not to be just more that my speaker is feeling very, very comfortable and enjoyable.
Exactly. Yeah. And again, that just all goes back to connection.
Yes.
It's all just in your nurture sequence. Like, you're fantastic.
Thank you so much. And as we said that you are, you are too far away. I'm in Serbia, Southeast Europe, Belgrade. You're in Dallas, Texas, and you can see the technology that we're here, that are like that we are in the neighborhood and drinking coffee together. So I know that when I met you and when we commented in our group, when we met each other, you are new in public speaking. And can you share it with us about it? Why your story? Why do you want to speak? What triggered you to be speaker? I'm speaker as well, writer, speaker, coach, business and digital marketing.
Yes, absolutely. So as you know, I said I do content strategy, right? And for that, I always tell people, like, don't focus on the how. The how can change, right? You can do webinars, you can do public speaking, you can do written posts, blog posts, like the how of your content, that is a 1 in a million ways. But I always said, like, what do you want to talk about? And so with the what is mine is like scaling to 6 figures without the drama, right? By using the surefire success method. So why did I want to get into public speaking? It's because writing posts all the time, like, it's fun. I liked writing, but now I'm just like, you know what, I'm tired of writing. So what can I switch to while still creating content, while still getting out there? Because your content strategy is your visibility. That's how you that's how you get out there. You're visible, people see you, they know about you, right? So with public speaking, if you have a clear way to, like, a clear message, a simplified message, it helps you get out there and be visible and make those connections. And honestly, as you've seen over the past few years since COVID, like, videos are really, really successful. And that's because people can see you, they see your personality, they hear your voice, they hear how your voice inflections are. So they can really connect to you as an individual and how you actually talk. And then whenever they read your written post, they're like, oh my gosh, I can hear Cortney's voice saying this, or hey, I can hear Kristina saying this out loud. And so with public, that's why I wanted to get in public speaking.
So, and you can, it's easier for you to speak about, and you do branding as well, strategist for branding.
Also. I don't do branding per se. I just do the content strategy part.
Content strategy. So sorry, maybe
Oh, no, it's okay.
When we, so yeah, and that's nice. And people can see you. They can see your face, they can see your body language. And the point is that you can have a audience who understand language which you speak to in terms of business, and to be strong and find your ideal client and ideal audience, how we can say mostly.
Yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit what would be, you mentioned that easier for you to speak, and I'm much more, it was 2 years ago, or 3 for now. And I had one group with my friend in Australia, and I always was in the back end, and she was in, the front person, front man of that group. And she said, Kristina, why don't you pop up? Why don't you move forward? Why don't you be seen? And I created Challenge 21 Day. It was social media management and digital marketing plan strategy. And in that time, I created, I hosted 4 interviews and created 15 recording videos. And from that challenge, it was, 21 day is not, this is a long time of period to every single day you can post and other things. And I realized from this challenge, I started my podcast. In that time,
Really?
it was From Entrepreneur Day, yeah. And I'm much more passionate to speak than to write, to be honest. And because English is my second language, but by the way, I'm economist linguist. So as an English teacher, more than 20 years of experience, I try to, run my business, which was offline in corporate sector and etc. So, and I realized through this challenge that I can speak. And from there, I interviewed more than 60, 70 people. I'm not sure for now. To be honest, I didn't count in it. And now we are here today challenges are so important. So I'm inviting you to create one speaking challenge, maybe to create together our common summit.
I'm down for that. Yes. I am always up for challenges. And honestly, for the listeners, even if you want to get and meet a goal, set a 7-day challenge for yourself. And every single day, take steps towards your goal, like what Kristina did with those 21 days, because that's how you get there. That's how you get there.
If you don't try, you can never know how it's going to be.
Exactly.
So that's nice. So, and I'm inviting you to join, and we can create challenge, because we do similar job, and what is curious about me, that I always wanted to invite my competition. I don't want to say that you're my competition, but I wanted to work with them.
Right.
And this is my way of, this is my strategy.
Absolutely.
How I work many years with my contributors, partners, and etc.
Exactly, because that's the thing also is people, if you see only competitors, you're going to live a lonely life, right? You're going to have a lonely business. But if you see collaborators, you're going to have an amazing network of huge community of friends, and it's going to be great. And you guys can just build with each other and level up together.
And you build that. And I was talking also about networking for business. There are many topics. So, and what is your favorite topic to speak about? I would love that listeners can hear your voice. What do you always really like to speak about, that they know to invite Cortney, and maybe we can speak together once. Who knows?
Absolutely.
In some summit or events or challenge, whatever is it.
Yeah, my brand speaking topic is going to be the scale to 6 figures without the drama. Scaling without the drama. Done.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yes, because that's what my whole business is about. That's what I know, right? So stick with what you know. I know I can confidently show up and talk about that.
That's nice. So I'm inviting you, for listeners, and maybe we can, with every listeners who will listen that, or hosts, or events organizers, I'm inviting you here is Cortney to speak about. Cortney, let's repeat, please.
Yeah. Scaling without the drama.
That's nice. So yes,
Yeah.
this is really nice.
Mhm.
And yes, and what is the beauty of collaboration and networking?
That's the beauty of it. You get to meet amazing people like you, first
Well,
off. You get
thank
to
you
meet,
very much. Thank you very much. And you
yeah,
are so, so amazing. And I
thank
know
you.
when I posted about, about platforms or paid speakers, which is so important.
Yes.
And I'm here to want all you organizers who want to paid speakers. We're here, me and Cortney, to speak different topics, our favorite topics. Why not?
Absolutely. For our audience, can you say, what is your topic?
My topic is, as you can see, growing online business, how just to build your online presence.
I love it.
Digital marketing plus strategy for your business, networking for business, branding for business, SEO for business. Make decision to start your own business. Run how to build your online presence, and many things in terms of transition from offline space to online business space, and encourage also, and I can speak how to run your podcast, for example, and which
Yes.
there are many, because as marketing manager in my team, I have more than 10 years, 12 years experience. That's so I can speak on, which is so, and everything is
Which
organic.
is so needed. Like all of that is so needed in this space.
Yeah, and I wanted to see that you are maybe fourth or fifth person speaker who is for the first time on some, as my, who had a first time speaking on podcast. So I'm super excited that I encourage people
really
to
nice.
pop up. Yeah, this is really nice.
Yeah,
And many of them said to me that they feel relaxed, that they want to speak, and they just enjoy this podcast, which is so good that listeners can see audio and video as well. So that's really nice.
You are an amazing hostess. So thank you so much for hosting me for my first time. Seriously.
Yeah, and I don't know. Do you have any message for our listeners who will listen to this podcast?
Absolutely. Yeah.
In terms of starting business or your experience, how do you see them as business owners and to be online, to be entrepreneurs, but we mostly work with online entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so the message I would tell you guys is just start, fail forward, keep going, right? It's not even failure if you get back up and keep going. It's always a learning. It's always a growth mindset that you've got this. You just got to believe that you've got this, right? You got to believe in yourself that you are able to provide what you say you're going to provide in business. And that's the best thing. That's why you just focus on what you're really confident at and make it a very simple business model to scale it quickly.
Well, that's nice. And, and I would love, Cortney, to have some feedback from you, by this podcast, and also people can connect. I will put all your information about your, as you said, the name of your website.
Magical Project Solutions.
Magical Project Solutions. So I will put all this information about you below this video, and I would love to see and hear from my see comments of our listeners, and also in my group KSM Consulting, which I'm going, and this is going to be on Spotify and on YouTube channel, and also from your from your clients and from your audience who will listen that this podcast, which is recording. I would love to hear feedback about.
Absolutely, because feedback means love.
Oh, really?
Always provide feedback.
Yeah. And thank you very much for being my special guest speaker for the first time. I'm super, super excited, and we will see on the next episode.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.